Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Coronacation. I'm Matt Messina.
And I'm Nick Chaffee, wearing a suit that doesn't fit me.
Welcome to Code Blue News. Ladies and gentlemen, important announcements. The school has decided for no more April vacation, just so we can get out a little quicker in June. So that Monday is Patriots Day, which is a holiday. We will have that off. However, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we will be remote learning.
So, on the topic of school being out, I actually talked to you guys about your thoughts on school being canceled for longer. Your thoughts on April vacation? That'll come later.
Hey everyone, I'm back, and you gotta be kidding me! First we lost semi, now we lost spring sports, and school is now gone for longer?
Yeah, remember how I was gonna talk about how hours in school were gonna change? Yeah, I was not expecting this at all. School has officially been canceled for longer. How great!
I want to go back to school!
It was supposed to open the 30th of March, but now it's actually gonna be reopening May 4th. Now, me, I have been doing alright. I have just been playing video games.
Nick looks like a gremlin, bro.
Andy, where did you just go?
Don't worry about it, Chief!
Get that! Go, Andy, go!
No, not
Go.
in space!
Go, Hogan!
Oh my god, doing more for classes.
He, look at me go. I am typing an essay. Ah ha ha ha!
Who let this guy on? Who let that guy just... like... stupid?
And making these segments. Well, at least I attempt to make these segments. So, what are my personal thoughts about this? For me, it just gives me more time to actually finish stuff in video games I have to finish, be able to sleep more, maybe get a running routine in. So, I would say this is a pretty nice break, but it does kind of stink that I can't see everyone for a while in person. I'm really glad I got a close circle to talk to during this.
I hate you all.
And potentially infinite space to keep myself entertained.
Minecraft Java is better than Bedrock. Change my mind.
But again, not really being able to see all my friends in person kind of stinks.
I hate you all.
Not everyone is me though, so people might be doing different things. What are people doing now and what are their thoughts on it?
I think it's a really good idea that schools are taking measures on extending the break for school to keep us and themselves safe.
So my thoughts on school being canceled, I'm not a big fan of it because I know some people enjoy being home from school more, but honestly, this isn't like a normal vacation with the virus and everything. So I'm not that happy about it, but I know that's a necessary step that's needed for the health and safety of Holbrook High students.
After those interviews, you know, they were pretty chill. Told us a lot about what these people think. 3 people at least. So these people said that they think that the school closing is a good thing because it ensures the health and safety of the students, which I can agree with. It makes sense. Since all this is going around, it'd be good for the school to actually close down. But after all of that, you know what I think I need? I think I need a house tour. Let's see what's in the script, see what's happening. No way.
I'm gonna do like a little room tour, see what I've been up to lately. So yeah, and hope you enjoy. So my Xbox is usually right here, but you know, I'm grounded because I'm a very bad person. Powerade, my giant TV, 60-inch, broken headset, keyboard, backpack, like video games. I'm an actual gamer. Your boy's back. I'm kind of sad about it. I can't really see my friends. I can't really go to the park. Can't go outside really, self-isolation. I'm just here dying in my house. Just eating food, watching anime.
So this was pretty fun, you know. People got to share their thoughts. I got to share my thoughts on this. Might have only been 3 people, but still people got to share their thoughts. And yeah, it was just a good little thing to talk about. Now, again, I want to reiterate. For me, it stinks that school is closed out for longer. I want to be able to see all my friends again. I want to be able to go through the motions of just seeing people doing work in person, all that type of stuff. Now, I know some of you may not be in the same boat as me, but I don't know. Being at home for a really long time just kind of gets boring after a while, I guess. But I have one more thing to say. For the people who run in like groups of 90. Run 6 feet apart of each other or don't run at all. How hard is that to understand? This was Nick Chaffee signing off.
While we're on the topic of having no building for school, the play West Side Story has been postponed and potentially canceled. I have more on the subject.
On September 12th, 1866, the Evansville Daily Journal coined an iconic phrase when they had the headline, "The show must go on." 154 years later, we can only hope that this is the case for the Holbrook Middle High School's theater program, as they postponed their performance of West Side Story until further notice. The play was supposed to be performed on April 3rd and 4th, however it was put on hold due to the coronavirus, as we all are at some point in our lives. To these theater kids, the play getting potentially canceled is simply earth-shattering. There was only 2 weeks left until the performance, and the play was coming along rather nicely, only for our area to be quarantined.
I would probably be devastated if the show was canceled because of, all the hard work we put into it and how much it means to me as a student. But it also means so much to me being a Puerto Rican woman, and also it being the last show with all the seniors that I love so much. It would really hurt, but everything happens for a reason. So
it sucks, to be honest. It's like everybody in the cast was really excited to get it down, and last night was opening night, or at least should have been, but now we got to wait a whole nother month to get back.
We had spent so long and put so much effort and time into this, and everyone was so dedicated that it would be such a shame.
I decided to participate in the show last year, saying that, I like theater and I wanted to involve more around it. So it will affect me a lot because I only came to love it junior year. And so due to the fact that if it got canceled, I wouldn't be participating in the show.
I would feel heartbroken. Like I said, we put a ton of work into it, and for it all just to be canceled in the end would suck. I would hate it, and I would feel very sad.
I'm definitely disappointed that the show was postponed just because it means so much to me, and we've all worked so hard into putting it together. However, I'm really grateful as to how Miss Clawher and Miss Morgan are handling the situation and how hard they're working to make it happen no matter when it happens.
However, the silver lining is that there's still a chance the play will be performed even if it takes months.
It's going to be a great show. We're going to take this time and prepare even better, make the show even bigger, and I hope it pops out. It's going to be a great show. And yeah, come see Bernardo hit the stage. That's your man's right here. And yeah.
This was a great opportunity, and if we had to pass up on that, it would hurt. And I ultimately hope that we'll get to take our vision for this show and put it on the stage.
This is Matt Messina. Back to you in the studio.
Do you want to be on Code Blue? Do you want to be like me and Matt? Look out for a post on our Instagram page at Code Blue HMHS for an opportunity for that.
Thank you for that important news, Nicholas. And another club that has been postponed or potentially canceled is the Bizarre Bots Robotics at Holbrook High. Vincent Trent has more on the story.
This past weekend, the Holbrook Middle High School's robotics team intended to embark on their journey towards Maine, where they would attend one of 2 robotics competitions they had planned for this season. They had worked tirelessly since January 4th for these competitions, but as conditions pertaining to COVID-19 worsened, so did their chance of competing. The Bizarre Bots Robotics team continued to work in hopes of seeing their robot get the chance to touch a game field, but unfortunately, this would not happen. On March 12th, First Inspires, the organization running the competitions, sent out an email suspending the entire season. This, as expected, left the team members feeling a mix of emotions.
It's for the better, and all of us need to stay inside in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19, but it's kind of disappointing and unfortunate that we had to cancel a season. It's our last year with the seniors, so it's kind of tough, especially for them, knowing that their last season was canceled.
I'm a little upset about the whole robotics competition thing. I really wish that we got to do the competitions this year, and I know maybe we still have a chance to, But as of right now, it's kind of looking rough. We spend a lot of hours together. We have a lot of amazing memories, even from this year, even though our season was cut short. And I really wish that at some point that we can show off our robots, since I think it's really cool this year and that we have a lot of different mechanisms working together. And we all came together as a team even more this year than ever before, in my opinion.
Like this year, we all felt as a team that we were prepared and we had the mentality. And this year, we had things on point and done. We spent 6 weeks building a robot, and we didn't use it because we didn't go to comp. But
the only thing I do have to say is that I think in the past, like this past build season, we had a lot of fun together. And of course, I'll never forget those memories. But I do really hope that at some point we get to go somewhere and have fun together again. Thank you.
As a member of the robotics team myself, obviously I'm a little disappointed in this current situation, but I'm still extremely grateful to all the mentors who were able to put in their time and energy to make this season so memorable for all of us. It sucks that the seniors this year won't be able to experience a proper robotics season to end off their high school careers, but we all recognize that these are necessary precautions to be taken to help slow down the spread of COVID-19. This has been Vincent Tran with Code Blue News.
I mean, I guess since the Bizarre Bots kids are quarantined, they might as well listen to some music. So Duggan is here to give them and you guys a few suggestions on music that you can listen to.
If your quarantine has been anything like mine, I'm sure you've just about binge-watched every show in your Netflix queue by now. After weeks of sitting at home, it's hard to find things to do. For me, I know one thing that has kept me from going absolutely insane is all of the music that's been released recently. So about a week ago, I used my Instagram story to ask what everyone had been listening to during quarantine. A lot of the answers came in as sad songs or rap. Oh, and this hilarious one from my mom. I used the information to help find recommendations that might help you guys keep busy for the next weeks while continuing to social distance. It's impossible to listen to and recommend almost every song or album that's been put out in the past weeks. Maybe as quarantine continues, I'll get to that point. But right now, I'm going to give you guys songs and albums I've listened to and plan on listening to. The album Circles by Mac Miller has been a constant in my playlist since its release earlier this year. With Mac's passing in 2018, it was nice to have more music by a favorite of mine. My favorites off the album include songs Complicated and Good News. In my opinion, the album is a perfect follow-up to Mac's 2018 release, Swimming. I think Circles is a perfect tribute to where Mac wanted to go with his music. More recently, The Weeknd dropped an album. One I have not gotten around to listening to completely, but is definitely on my list after hearing singles like Heartless and Blinding Lights. Maybe I'll finally get around to that after I stop listening to the new 5 Seconds of Summer album, Calm, on repeat. An album and band I could probably talk about and recommend for hours, but I'll leave it at this. If you are into a sound much different than a lot of music you hear today, I would 1000% recommend this band, as well as the album. I've listened to a ton more music, and maybe if this coronation goes long enough, I'll be back to tell you more about it. This has been Caroline Duggan with Code Blue News, signing off.
With all the coronavirus stuff out of the way, Caleb Tobin is here to check in with the election.
On Wednesday, April 8th, Bernie Sanders officially suspended his presidential campaign. Sanders, an outspoken progressive senator from Vermont, advocated for policies such as universal health care, tuition-free college, expanding Social Security, and tax increases for the rich, just to name a few. He had big victories in early primaries and caucuses, with wins in Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada. However, Sanders was not able to keep this lead, and only won 4 out of the 14 states on Super Tuesday, compared to Joe Biden winning 10 states. He fell even further behind in the delegate count, with losses in Florida and Michigan, which severely limited his chances of securing the nomination. He addressed supporters from his home in Vermont, telling them his path to the Democratic nomination had become virtually impossible, saying, "I cannot in good conscience continue to mount a campaign that cannot win and which would interfere with the important work ahead of all of us." Sanders also thanked his supporters and campaign staff for their dedication, reminding them that their hard work was not for nothing. With Bernie's departure from the race, it increasingly looks like Joe Biden will be the Democrats' nominee to go up against President Donald Trump in November. This has been Caleb Tobin for Code Blue News, signing off.
Thank you for watching episode 3 of Code Blue Coronavirus Edition. Stay tuned for episode 4. I'm Matt Messina.
And I'm Nick Chaffee. See you next time.
Bye.